let's jump right into it. So the first fight of the night is Chris Gutierrez versus Cody Durden at 135 pounds. Chris El Guapo Gutierrez, he's 15-3-1. He's 29 years old. He's 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he's 3-1 in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Most recently, he got a TKO win over Vince Morales.
Leg kicks.
Yeah, by leg kicks, and that was also at 145 pounds. He's facing Cody Durden. Cody Durden is an American. He's 11-2. He's 29 years old, 5 feet 9 inches tall, same height and age, I believe. He's making his UFC debut. He's on a 7-fight win streak.
Yeah.
What do you think about these guys?
It's going to be a fun fight, I think. Cody, he grew up wrestling.
Yes.
And from what I've found, he kind of gave up wrestling to become a pro MMA fighter.
Yeah.
He could have gone the collegiate route, but he chose to go to pro fighting. So, I mean, you got to give him a little bit of props for chasing his dreams on that one.
Yeah.
He's going to be making his UFC debut. And he trains under the Lima brothers, so he's got some good tutelage over there.
Yeah. Yeah, so a little bit more about him. He is the former Valor FC. We're talking Cody right now. He's the former Valor FC 135-pound champion. Like you said, he's competed in wrestling while growing up. He's currently on a 7-fight win streak. He's got 5 knockouts. He's got 5 submissions, and he's got 1 decision to his record. So he's a very well-rounded fighter. He can finish it on the feet. He can finish it on the ground. Obviously, we talked about the fact that he's got his wrestling, but he also has pro boxing experience.
Yep.
You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I didn't really see much of his boxing, but what I saw some pro kickboxing videos of his that he had out there.
Yeah, 1-0 in pro Muay Thai.
So he's been doing some things outside of just MMA,
Yeah.
Keeping his striking clean,
Yep.
and for a wrestler, that's pretty smart.
Undefeated in striking sports. He's undefeated as a professional boxer. He's 4-0 as well as a professional boxer. So he's got good hands, and he's got a good ground game. And he's going up against, though, Chris Gutierrez, though. And Chris Gutierrez, he's another seasoned guy as well. Like we said, he's 3-1 in the UFC. He's got 7 knockouts right now. He has 7 decisions, and he has 1 submission.
Yeah.
So
for Durden, this is a late notice fight too. Real quick, he just recently fought on July 18th.
Mm-hmm.
So he's it's not Chimaev quick.
No.
But he's still making a quick turnaround here.
Yeah, he's making a quick turnaround. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is Chris Gutierrez.
Chris Gutierrez, yeah.
He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's the SCS former 135-pound champion, and the same thing with the WFC. He's their former champion as well. Mm-hmm. He's very experienced. He's got 2 fights in which he's had the fight stopped because he's thrown wicked leg kicks.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I noted most in my notes was his leg kicks.
Yeah, so he's got some wicked leg kicks, and I ultimately think that for me is going to be the difference there.
Agreed.
I think going to the ground, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I think Cody Durden might try to take him to the ground, but he's also very confident on the feet, basically, with the success that he's had in the multiple different combat sports. So I think what we're going to see is a pretty big stand-up fight. I think that the leg kicks are going to slow Durden down. I think you also might run into the fact that Durden's making his UFC debut, and despite the fact that there's nobody there, you're still going to run into those octagon jitters, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, and, we touched on Gutierrez's leg kicks.
Yeah.
And I don't think his wrestling gets credited enough. He has pretty good wrestling for MMA.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch some of his fights, he has the ability to keep the fight standing. He's been pressured before. People they get him in the clinch, they'll push him against the cage where maybe they're a little bit stronger, but he defends the takedown really well. And if he gets down, he still gets back up.
Yeah.
So
he's typically pretty fast at working to get back up too.
Yeah, he's quick.
He doesn't hang out down there very often.
And it's just the way he throws his kicks too. Like if you watch him, he kind of like twitches his hips a lot too, and he'll fake it like a little feint.
Kind of setting it up a little bit, trying to see how you're going to react, gauging it, and then.
Yeah, and like I said, those leg kicks.
Wicked.
I think you said you think that's going to be the deciding factor. I think that's going to be the deciding factor. And that was enough for me to pick Gutierrez by decision.
Woo! So that's a perfect one for us right out the gate.
You got Gutierrez by decision too?
Chris Gutierrez by decision. I think the leg kicks are going to slow it down. Mm-hmm. It's just like we said. Leg kicks they're super important. Chris Gutierrez is going to have to find some sort of a way to slow down Cody because Cody's a great striker, great on the ground. How do you do that? You take their legs out from underneath of them.
And he loves to
And
go
he's
at his
good at
opponent's
it.
legs.
And he's good at it. So that's it. So first one down. We both have